And welcome back to Altitude Sickness. We are still in pools. I am Papa Nooch, and this is Jim Jam Flim Flam.
Kevin, you don't have to yell at me. If you wanted to sit on the left side, it was not a problem. We could have switched.
My bad.
But
we're live right now.
All right, you don't have to yell. All right, well, whatever.
But
it's
we
fine.
are commentating pools. We got a good one for you here today, folks.
Yeah, we got a really good one. And which... Yep. And you were telling me... So I haven't been, like, following Melee as closely lately, and you were kind of saying off stream, like, these are, like, two people, and they're, like, those are people. And
yes.
then there's, like, a proxy, like the characters.
Oh.
It's kind of a battle.
Yeah.
And the people each have a kind of a animated character.
They fight each other. You've been out of the scene for a hot minute if you don't remember.
Yeah,
this.
100
Yeah, they go
years.
against each other. It's a fight to the finish, best of 3.
Oh, best of 3. That was actually the main thing that I was lacking in understanding the concept of a battle, a fight. Kind of a proxy battle where, yeah, there's an avatar kind of representing each of them.
Character.
Yeah, so... And
Just
we do
wait till we get to the fight. You'll see.
Oh, I saw them warming up, and I was fascinated by the kind of the movement, or schmovement. I heard you were kind of...
Yeah.
You were constantly saying the word schmovement earlier. I was...
Joe 2D, I know personally, a great Marth main. Very good. And I saw Riz playing earlier. It's a Fox Marth matchup. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, from what you were saying, this is kind of one of the quintessential ones that go on. And these do correspond to the people.
Right. That Fox character right there, that's Riz.
Right.
The humanoid character, that's Joe 2D.
Okay, and then we've got some sort of aerial upward action from the Fox. Oh, and back in the day, you used to say that Fox was an up guy. That was kind of the priority
Fox
for Fox.
Is an up guy. Falco, he's more of a down guy. He'll spike you down.
How does Marth work? How does Marth go?
Marth, he swings side to side. He's like Ariana Grande.
That's really interesting. Now I really like it. Okay, we got a tight one. Based on my understanding of competition, it seemed to be tight, but now some variance has arisen.
So whenever the little icon it goes down one, that means they lost a life.
Yeah.
There's so many things we're learning about the game. We still learn 20 years later. It's a 20-year-old game.
Years.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah, it's kind of, at this point, it's perpetually a 20-year-old game.
There are some things we still don't know. We don't know what the percentages mean, unfortunately. Practical Task has been working on figuring it out. So far, he did write a blog on Zanga last week.
Of the web blog.
Yeah.
Okay.
The percentages, they get darker. It seems like as the mood shifts.
As the vibe changes, the percentages get darker.
We just learned that.
Yeah. Okay. Josie there, they get that first stock.
Not too shabby.
Okay, what do you see in a neutral? Break down the neutral game.
So Marth obviously wants to go for the grabs, get the combos. Fox wants to not get grabbed. It's that simple.
Okay, Riz making kind of quick work here. Josie kind of having trouble even getting back to center stage there.
It's tough.
Riz a strong player. That's game one, a quick one. It was about 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yeah,
so.
I'd say there's a timer. Yeah, it indicates how long it is.
Deep breath there, Josie.
Yeah, gotta contemplate. They looked up to the sky, to the gods even.
It'd be so sick if Josie spent, 5 or 10 minutes on the counter
Just contemplating where to go.
Actually,
I don't know if there's a rule in the rule book that says how long you get to decide on the counter pick.
I think
could be a way to ice someone out.
I told Josie that I didn't want to do commentary if they could just waste a lot of time, doing the counter pick.
Right.
That would help me out. Yep, game one went to Riz there. Okay. I was distracted. Can you tell me what happened on that first stock there?
Honestly, I was too. I was thinking this was a great counter pick though by... Wait a second. This is Joe 2D's counter pick.
Okay, so you think it was a bad counter pick, basically, without saying it. You wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
No, you wouldn't go that far as to say what you meant.
Right.
Okay. There's a quick second stock. Getting up there on, you know, your round one, winner's round one in pools there.
Riz
Pretty
is
tough to get it
already
going.
thinking about his next match.
You think so?
He seems to be playing that confidently. He's thinking about his meal tonight, honestly. He's that far ahead.
Right.
He's preparing for his funeral later on.
He's so confident that he's making funeral arrangements for himself. So, yeah, thinking about the afterlife, you know, constructing like an entire philosophy about what, you know, the afterlife must be.
Right.
Just like today is so settled. This match is so settled. And do we get the 4-stock? Hey, have I said this, my working theory about, okay, in doubles, the character most likely to get a JV5 has got to be Ness, you know, because you can heal.
Right. The healing factor.
I think that's just an important thing to add to our melee knowledge. And this is relevant for this match, that Ness. Okay, and that is game 2 there.
I hate to see Joe 2D go down like that.
You love to see it as a fan of brutality, of
that's what these
hatred.
spectators crave, you know?
You know, in this modern era, okay.
It's like the Roman Colosseum.
Yeah.
I just want to see blood.
And I just give a thumbs up to blood there.
Not good.
No, things are so evil right now
Do
in
the
the
neutral
venue.
thumb instead and just let them live.
Thank you for, yeah, I suggested that you might play. You took the bullet, you went on stage. Yep. As I asked, I was hoping, because we don't know anything about Melee, during your counter pick, you would just take 10 or 15 minutes to counter pick so we don't have to talk about Melee as much. But if you get back up there, please. Yeah. Please. My heart
I believe in you.
My heart is pounding. Thank you.
But that's why you guys are here, for that hot Melee action.
No, there's a lot of evil in the venue, and I can just feel
You
it.
sense it?
No, I can feel it. My own percentage is getting darker, you know, kind of metaphorically.
Huh. No, I see that percentage under your feet right now. It's definitely getting darker. 120?
What percentage do you think you are? I guess just base it on your age and the expected, your life expectancy, stuff like that.
I'm a good 60%.
Yeah, you're 60 years old.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I look a pretty decent 60.
You dye your beard.
Well, don't
I
tell them
noticed.
that. Come on
Yeah.
now. Jeez.
The 2014 shoes, is that making me nervous? Which shoes? I missed the shoes. It probably is something I said and forgot.
Maybe. What do we got now? We got Slick versus Russell. I hear some blips, but that can be deceptive because 2 characters have blips. Peach and Fox, I think.
Peach and Fox, yeah.
So we don't know who we got.
Well, what is your prediction for the tournament?
I think I'm going to win it all.
Right.
I am in pools. I haven't played yet.
Yeah, you got a lot of people in the chat. I see I can see you're typing. You're saying like you probably already got knocked out. There's no way you're gonna win. Or you're like, I don't even know who you are. If I do know who you are, it's because I'm 30 plus years old. You'd have to be fucked up to know who Papa Nooch is.
But when
Like,
you're drunk, you act
permanently.
like you know everybody, you know? But to earnestly answer your question, I think Cody Schwab's got this. He doesn't have to worry about
Now,
Zane, Mango.
I think it's bullshit just because it's his channel that you would say that.
Oh, you think I'm shilling for him? You think I'm going to ask chat to sub to Cody Schwab right now? You think I would say that?
I say unsub because based on him saying that.
Use your Twitch primes. Come on.
Okay, Russell and Slick, I think.
What, you're a J-Mook guy?
Thank you for unfollowing. No, I really appreciate you guys unsubbing. Dude, he's going to have my freaking head later, dude.
Yep. He's
No.
going to get you.
No, he's going to have me under the blade. Yeah.
Under FD.
Okay. Oh, and they're going right in. They only warmed up for a little bit up there, and they're actually going straight in after a few minutes of warm up. Okay. I think Russell's favored here.
Russell being the neutral colored fox.
The blue troll, right?
I think neutral.
Blue troll.
Really? I think because this is yellow and that's yellow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're coordinated here at Altitude Sickness. But yeah, this is the Fox Ditto. I know you like to call it a mirror match, but no, we don't do that here in the Melee scene. It's called the Ditto.
I call it like a double boss.
Doubleman.
Doubleman, yeah. But, you know, you wouldn't want to gender it like that necessarily, so you have to say something like, yeah. Doubleman doesn't work. You're right. I'm just thinking about it now. And I'm learning, yeah, the ports are at the top. That is really interesting.
It's nice. It's a nice little visual.
I guess it's a ditto, but I mean, like, people often do say Doubleman, and I'm just not sure.
Doubleman, Ditto.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I mean, someone in chat said it's Ditto, bruh. So, yeah. I mean, and they spelled bruh, B-R-U. So, you know he's serious.
I told him I thought it was Doubleman, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, Russell comfortable here. And it's early, guys. It's early. Yeah, if you unsub because of the bit, just like be sure within the next 6-12 months you sub again. Like, don't just set a reminder that you will sub again eventually.
Right.
You know, it's fine to unsub to be funny, and you don't have to do it resub right away, but just eventually, yeah, resub.
Right.
Okay, and it's actually gotten a lot tighter while it was saying stupid bullshit.
Yeah, he's pretty back.
Now that is a power play.
The side B?
Yeah, from what I'm inferring.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been on purpose. I doubt it, but it could have been.
Whether it's on purpose or not, if it works, it was a power play, I think. Because you're playing so, like, carefree that you might have, like, flubbed in an optimal way.
Sure.
That was actually really smart to do.
That's a classic Nooch move. Side B from ledge.
Yep.
It's not good, but I respect
No, but you're
it.
playing so free, you can do something a lot worse than you should.
It's just so fast. I don't know how these people react to it, but they do.
Yeah, it's basically like he's here, and then like all of a sudden Fox is like in a different spot.
Yeah, and there's some blue foxes in the middle, like some illusions.
No, they're real.
Oh, they're real foxes that just disappear?
I mean, like, how else can you explain it?
You got me there.
Okay, and they're actually going straight into game 2 after a moment of deliberation.
Back to Poco. I respect it. Basically what you're saying is, I should have won.
What?
What you're saying when you repick back to a stage you just lost on?
Oh, yeah, I don't respect you, basically.
I don't respect you or your family.
And
or
it's
even
like,
your kids.
I went back to the same stage. I picked the same character again that you had picked, which I did the first time. So that's kind of like another element.
He should have argued to get the color. Like, I want to go for...
It should be the same color. And that's also a power play.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the gameplay speaks for itself, honestly.
Okay. If you're slick, you gotta, well, that was just fine. I think you gotta be getting, you know, some of these off-stage aggression plays. What would that's kind of your specialty. What would you recommend?
Going out there for shine spikes is what you gotta do.
Yeah.
100%.
Sacrifice everything.
You see the up B, that's lights out. Try to just cover side B.
Oh, apparently there's some background music on this. That is from my iPod.
Really?
Yeah, I have like an iPod. It has like 500 gigs on there.
It's It's very annoying background music.
Yeah, it's all my favorite stuff, and I kind of overlaid it on. I'm listening. I didn't know you guys could hear it. I had it in my headphones. Would you have maybe?
Is that Katy Perry or?
It's
Or is it a parody band, Kitty Purry?
It's Kate Bush.
Oh, I was way off.
Okay. Let me. I'll wait till the game is over. Okay, here we go. And a little late on the edge guard there. Okay.
Classic.
And it's still in reach here for Chewy. You have to believe that. We don't have to. I don't believe it is personally, but he has to believe it.
You have to.
Even if it's a falsehood.
The set count was wrong earlier. That's why I was confused because it said Slick at the first game. I was like, did Slick win the first game?
Well, I mean, I was confused about which Fox was which, and it turns out that was completely natural. So, I think there's some music. There's some music on top of the audio from the game. I like it. The chat mentioned it.
I don't think the chat can hear it. Probably.
No, why is there background music?
Oh,
on
they
this?
do hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and unsub. Like this sort of technical kind of issue. Sorry. Okay.
Ah. We hear it, yeah.
The
it's
chat-
like a boom, boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop. It's flames, honestly. That's fine.
No, it's a really good song. Oh, then you can't hear my iPod. I'm hearing 3
That's not
songs,
Kate
which is
Bush.
crazy. I was like hearing I was hearing the gameplay. I was hearing
And then
this
running
song.
up that hill.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. So I guess we could change it. I could plug that in.
It's fine. Nothing wrong with little Kate Bush.
So what do you think of Boulder? What do you think about Altitude Sickness?
I love it. I love the mountains. I love.
You were saying like just knowing the mountains are there, not even look like even if you're not outside, you're in a darkened room.
Right.
You're playing Melee in someone's basement. You just feel.
Just the existence of those mountains. I know they're there. I don't have to see them.
But you don't get that being in Mississippi. You know, you're like the mountains are far.
Yeah. I just know there's a pile of shit on the ground outside, and I'm just like, oh man, after the venue, I gotta maybe dodge it or walk into it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just stressing about it during the match. It's annoying, honestly.
Where do you live? What are you talking about?
Mississippi.
Okay. All right. I personally, I love our home state of Mississippi. It's much worse than beautiful Boulder, Colorado, next to the mountains.
Right. Another Fox did, but this one.
Okay, we're going right in, and we got Conman, and we got Paladin.
And I know you're rooting for Conman.
Yep.
Don't even hide your bias.
Well, that's my boy. What am I gonna do?
Guess what? I'm gonna root for Paladin just to spite you.
No, I think, as long as you're unbiased in the aggregate, one person rooting for one, rooting for another, that's fair. The chat respects it. Then they can also, as long as they split along, 50% on one side, 50% on the other.
Yeah. Make sure if you see someone in chat rooting for Paladin, root for Conman to balance it out.
And if you see someone insulting one of the players, like maybe elevate the insult on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to have that balance.
And even if you don't like my commentary, and you have to say that you think Kevin is really good. Papa Nooch, excuse me. I shouldn't dox you.
That's right. We already said where I live and everything.
That was what a nice weight for Conman on
That's good.
The back air.
I'll say it.
I think
I don't like him.
I think it sucks.
What? You're the one rooting for Conman.
Well, I know, but if we're gonna have equanimity.
Oh, right.
I would have thought I better get up there and up air, but he trusted it,
He knows. He knows the percentages.
He's frame data
Knowledge.
And it's crazy this game runs on sort of bit one unified math equation. isn't that interesting. There's just one long equation that kind
yeah.
of explains all of it, and no one's like even solved it yet.
Right, it's on a Casio.
Even in exactly 20 years since it came out, no one's even like figured out the equation.
It's weird, yeah.
It's weird, but it's really true, is what, you know.
That's what they're saying.
That was very fast. Well done.
Yeah, when you're getting to winner's quarters.
Yeah, it's going to be fast. That goes without saying. The gameplay actually speaks for itself in this instance. I should have said nothing. Okay, nice safe option.
We got a last stock situation.
Yep, we find ourselves in a situation like this, and that's so interesting.
Oh my gosh. Oh, going for the shine there? Okay, that looks like me.
A little bit frozen in time there. I think it could have been done, but you got to regroup.
Oh my goodness.
And the DI, not quite there, you know.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
Pretty tense, game one.
You got to brush it off.
You simply have to lock in. Still background music. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I'm on the exact same page.
Wait, do you hear the background music?
Yes. It sounds like an ice cream truck. It got me damn salivating like Pavlov's dog.
Tell me, you love the chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream?
Just give me a vanilla cone, okay?
Oh, no. You can't be a vanilla boy.
Just give me a
Not
vanilla
in 2025. You gotta mix it up.
The new flavors they pioneered.
Genetically modified sherbet.
Okay. He felt like he had to go for the extreme angle. He knew if he didn't get it, the invincibility was going to be worth it. Let's just get to the next stock. In a moment, we're going to get this music off. I think James Jr. is in the Bronny James jersey, which is really funny. You know James Jr.?
Is that Carl's Jr.'s brother?
That makes no sense.
No,
but
no
you know,
idea.
like Bronny James, his jersey.
Oh
Bronny,
yeah, he's
James
playing.
Jr.
Right.
Okay.
I know. Now.
I don't know what you're talking. I'm done talking about this.
He's playing the sport of basketball.
I tried to engage with the chat as instructed, and you undermined it.
You think he's gonna make it when his? Oh, never mind.
You cannot. Of course he is. You can't even. We can't get into it.
It's a hot topic. But Paladin up a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, staying composed. Like the follow-ups are clean.
I love a good shine-up smash. It's my favorite.
A little risky kind of going toward the ledge there for Conman, but makes it back. He tries it again. Fool me once, shame on.
Paladin.
Yeah. No, I think shame on Conman.
Oh.
Okay, someone's about to lock in.
You feel it?
That's the thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I told you.
That's the opposite of locking in. Who
I
locked in there?
I didn't say Conman was locking in.
Okay, but...
Well, Paladin might have been about to lock in and he didn't have a chance.
And Conman said, oh no, this guy's locking in. Let me go ahead
to the next
jump off stage.
Yeah, you got to block that.
That makes sense, actually.
Okay. We got a little background music on top of the gameplay audio. And some of the chat is split. Some of them really like it. Okay. Now I can plug in my Kate Bush MP3.
But 1-1.
Wow, what happened on that first stock recap? But keep talking about this as well.
Oh, so dash attack and that is very difficult to do. It's like
that was the wrong order.
It's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time in circles. You can't do it. It's physically impossible and mentally impossible. You can't even think about doing it.
Okay, my boy Conman's locking in once again. Going straight to the ledge, and it's kind of easily countered there.
Yeah,
kind of really
Paladin
smart observation.
Is figuring it out. Maybe if we yell loud enough, we can get Conman to stop doing that.
Midset coach him.
Yeah.
Was that interesting or cool?
I would say a mix of both.
Thank you.
Into cool.
Okay. Okay. There's just not a lot going for Conman in terms of, extending combos for more than a second or two. And not many options there, but I feel like he's having to go to ledge there. It's not working beside B's. But if anyone can lock in, it's my boy.
This bias.
I've seen it 100,000 times.
But you know what they say, 2 stocks is not a lead.
Yeah, in fact, it's equal. You're
What?
tied. Yeah. All right, 42%. I'm gonna say you cannot take more than 35% here if you're gonna win. You got to keep it under 87.
You think so?
Yeah, that's my hard limit for having a chance. For Conman specifically.
He's on pace. Oh,
and it's
Uh-oh.
that
75? 90.
and I told you, if you cross that threshold, you go 80. So
I think he DI'd out on purpose because he realized game's over.
He knew if I take this back air, it's going to put me over 87. God, I hate that. But also for Paladin, I'm really excited.
Guess what?
Okay, and I am staying on. I negotiated this thing where I only had to do 30 minutes with Papa Nooch, and Destiny Bond is going to come on right now, right?
Yes.
And we're
a pleasure
midstream.
commentating.
Everybody, give it up for Papa Nooch. That's his first time ever commentating, ever putting on the headset. It is a one-day tournament. We're going all night. We're going to be here till 6. You said we were going to be here till 6 a.m.
That's if it runs on the schedule. Jeez.
No, yeah, and you rented the place for it's supposed to be a one day, but you rented it out for 72 hours in case it runs long.
Yeah, we really had to raise the venue fee for that one, but it's all going to the university, so it's really for a good cause.
Yeah, it's all going to a
For-profit education.
and you work for the university, so you're
yeah. I am a professor of linguistics.
And the provost. So
yeah, can you tell me what a provost does? Because I have no idea.
They sort of organize the tournaments to go to increase the revenue of the tournaments. It doesn't have to be a tournament. It could be a debate competition. The provost organizes the competitions which generate the revenue to go into the fund the university has.
Oh yeah. So you're saying they're like the athletic directors, but for all the nerd shit.
Yes, an associate provost does it for athletics.
Okay.
Because it's a little, hey, am I right? Gaming's actually more important than sports for me.
Sports doesn't make any money at universities.
Yeah, and gaming is kind of an expression of your deepest competitive elements, and sports are really just about who's got can jump the highest or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Look like we got up next Elders React, third strongest versus Juneprime. Juneprime, an out-of-state DK player. And third strongest in Colorado mainstay, been in the scene for a long time. Fox Main played on a few PRs, not quite up at PR level this year. Don't quote me too hard on this, but I think third strongest beat Ringler at a Texas event a few years back.
I'm just laughing because you should just compare the commentary that's happening right now to what was happening 5 minutes ago.
Oh yeah,
that sort of stuff being said.
Conman walks on stage and you go, Conman, great volleyball player.
I didn't get into volleyball. I just said that's my boy.
No, that's good.
And then Kevin had to say Paladin.
Paladin is his boy?
Is his boy.
Yeah.
Because of the fairness doctrine, you have to each of you can't go too far either direction. So if I have a favorite, you have to choose the other.
Right. And then I root loudly for them and I pop off when they pop off.
Yeah. And you kind of actually, it's really cool because you start to ape their movements, and eventually you're kind of you find themselves maybe, embodying, working in their workplace or seeking out a partner similar to theirs, living kind of a mirror life.
So you're saying if I root hard enough for third strongest, I can just have his girlfriend?
You would try to find some sort of doppelganger.
Oh.
Or he takes the doppelganger, and if you find the doppelganger, he can have her.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have her, but you...
I don't like the word have here. I'd like to rescind that word.
Yes, that is a good point.
Hang out with.
The thing about love is you each have each other.
That's true.
So I actually...
Love is beautiful in that way.
I rescind the rescission.
You rescind my rescinding.
It was actually the most beautiful thing you could say.
That's true. Looks like we are in warm-ups right now, so they probably get a minute. And if they take longer than a minute, I get to yell at them. Altitude Sickness is my event. I'm the head TO along with Adam DSJ Tortellini.
DSJ.
Yeah, DSJ is the tag.
Yeah, that's how we know him.
Yeah.
I'm close, so I call him DSJ.
That's a really good point. He only lets his closest friends call him DSJ. How were the other 2 sets or 3 sets you commentated?
That last one was the closest.
That was a good looking set.
That one was exciting. Yeah. Just some classic Melee.
Looks like they're ready to start, so we will be switching over to. Oh, well, I saw the DK taunt.
They're getting ready. They're getting ready to start. Yeah.
They're getting ready to get ready. They might go take a couple water breaks.
Could we get a water on stage?
Can we get a water fountain? Oh, we just lost.
Can they hear us? Can they hear us?
I can hear you, so I'd assume
Can they see
so.
us?
Oh, is that Twitch chat? Bro, do you want to move that closer? Or can we? Oh my God, it's wireless.
Yeah, they make them wireless.
Juneprime is an out-of-state DK player. That is not Junebug. It is
Dude,
Juneprime.
check this out. Look at this. Isn't this crazy? If I was like
All right, looks like we have started the
that's
game.
even crazy to think about that they'd be looking at their own chat there. Otherwise impossible.
Hey, here we are. Pretty even start so far, but the DK Punish game quite. Oh, dude, I love the clap. Nah.
Oh,
okay, go ahead.
Mitchell. Wording.
Haha.
You said, yeah. Okay. Break down the matchup.
Okay, so the big thing here is that the DK Punish game is insanely oppressive on Spacies. It's basically, if you're good at your reaction tech chasing and all your regrabs and reading their DIs off of your up air, you can get like a good 60 to 80% for free. That's also a really good
And then when
move.
they're gone, you got to charge that motherfucker up.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Well, this is Cody Schwab's stream.
Okay. Oh, we were telling people like, there were certain issues, and we were just like telling people to unsub. Like it doesn't matter. Like I would.
Yeah. Cody came up to me and he's like, actually, the more subs you could lose me for this event is better for me.
Well, his metrics, if he got them like really down, but then everybody resub like in a week.
Yeah, that's better for the algorithm. Oh, nice
yeah.
wiggle out on that grab. Yeah, props to Cody for letting us use his stream for the event. Really helps us get the name out there. Altitude Sickness, only a second-year regional. And yeah, this is that punish game I was talking about.
Yeah, keep it going upward. And then he said, you know what? Hit him to the to the side over there.
Yeah, JV4.
Yep. Strong performance. The resurgence of the DK.
Dude, I love the DK Resurgence. Did you watch that documentary?
No.
It just went into different players playing DK and the rise of DK. Colorado has their own DK main called DK Kid, who got his first top 100 win at Genesis pre-local over Jaw Ryden. That was very hyped to see. He's 13.
You said Genesis, you paused, and you said pre-local.
Genesis pre-local.
Yeah. It was at Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis being a town.
Genesis, California.
Yeah.
I've never been to San Jose, but I've been to Genesis a lot of times.
They actually, they set up like some sort of autonomous region.
They have their own governed city-state.
It's
like Sheridan and Boback just run the town.
It's more like international waters.
So they don't have any laws to suffer through.
Yeah, they don't have any a regulatory body in terms of murder and stuff like that.
Isn't there that one place in nowhere, Wyoming or something, where they technically don't have a government, so they say anything's legal?
Yeah.
I don't think it's true, but they do say it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's what they say.
Juneprime is playing pretty hot. I've watched some sets of theirs in the past, and this is some of the best punish I've seen. I don't know what Fox is supposed to do other than not get grabbed. Wow.
Yeah. Or that. That one, it's that thing where it seems easy to avoid, but you find yourself walking directly into it way more than you would expect, especially while flustered and down 4 stocks to 1.
Yeah, it's not a great spot to be in. See, if he was more confident, he'd go out there for the shine after the up B hitbox ended. But it's really hard to do that when you are not having a good time.
Yep. And that, we know what that was.
We do.
Okay.
Good fist bump after a set. I know that's not how third strongest wanted it to go, but He'll have loser's bracket.
Yeah, somebody locked in. Let's just say that. Okay.
I love reading out bad Twitch chat comments and rewarding them for their badness.
Oh, I just want to look. How about that?
Yeah, ignoring Twitch chat, also a very valid strategy.
But it's right here.
Ooh, this is a super cool set we have next. Blue, who you may know from their Summit attendance a few years back. Fox from Indiana. I would assume the best player in Indiana, but don't quote me on that. Ultra, a Colorado Fox who lives in Colorado. I don't have to dox him on stream. And Ultra had a really good run at Altitude Sickness last year. He beat Khalid, top 50-ish puff, and then he beat Bobby Big Ball, formerly Bobby Big Balls, now Chicken Man 400, who needs no introduction. And those are two really good wins for him. He hasn't really traveled out of state much. I think his last big event was Double Down 2022. And I don't think he had any crazy good wins out there. But he's a bit of an online grinder, Ultra is. Does a lot of the Hungry Box sponsored events. He played at the Hungry Games, if anyone's familiar with that. And he had a really good run there. Beat some really good players. He beat Blessy, who was a Pikachu player that was like super unseeded. They were like seed 360, and they ended up taking some really good names. I think they beat Vegas Matt, formerly Curve, formerly Dogshit player, and then Ultra beat Blessy. So really cool run for him.
So a nice win for Ultra there.
Yeah. A player that doesn't.
Quality.
A very great player,
Quality
obviously from the results, but they were not given the respect in the seeding, unfortunately. It's hard to seed an event though. You always miss someone.
Yeah, no, I've always feel like it's easy for me, but I've heard about how difficult it is.
Yeah. Everyone looks at their bracket and they're like, oh, I'm playing this person, but having to do that for 260 people all at once is a lot harder.
No, I think you've done a great job.
I don't even do most of the seeding. I just do the bits at the end, the
Cool.
conflict stuff.
Okay, and quoting Mitchell, like you said, Blue, the top player definitively in Indiana.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'd bet some money on that. I would take even odds on that bet.
Chat, could you tell us if that's true?
Yeah, chat, can you, as a group of chatters, make the text image of the Indiana PR?
Maybe you guys could, type out what you think, and then like some sort of large language model could, you create an AI based on what the chat has said, and that spits out a consensus.
Yeah, because AI, known as a great thing, spitting out something from Twitch chat is going to be even better, of course. We got a match start here. Do we have color verifications on which fox is which? Do you know how this works on this setup?
It was based on color, but these guys are the same color.
Well, oh, I see what you're saying. They both have the
you know.
orange thing on the outside. Production, do we know who's who? I am not. Blue is port 1. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Blue down a stock to Ultra. Ultra playing White Fox and Blue playing Orange Fox. Or do they call it Red Fox?
They call it Red Fox.
Dude, I know so much about the players and so little about the game.
So
It's so embarrassing.
You know so little about colors.
Yeah, I'm still working on the color wheel. Do you know anything about the Fox Ditto?
Yeah, just this sort of stuff right here.
A lot of good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I know this is a very punish-heavy matchup. Of course, anything at the top level is a punish-heavy matchup.
Yeah, so they're kind of chilling in the middle, dash dancing for a good bit here. And then...
Oh, I love the reverse of the bicycle kick. And really good ledge grab by Ultra. Gonna be hitting those consistently. This is a top 32 qualifier on the winner's side, so it will be a best of 5.
Do you think, so you're both dash dancing kind of toward each other, do you think that's like, the person that's going to win neutral, it's like 51-49 between them, but each person thinks they're the 51?
Like you're saying whoever is taking the space first?
Yeah, initiating the combo first. But they both think that they're the 51. But there's not going to be enough data to ever definitively prove it.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have better data on, like, Orange Fox versus White Fox winning, you know?
Yeah. No, we know which one's better between those.
Classic good tech chase from Ultra. I wonder at what point in the game you start thinking about next game, or if you're a player of Blues caliber, are you just... okay, actually, we have the tags switched, so I'm wondering if we have the players confused. Let's see if Twitch chat's yelling at me. No, I'm not getting yelled at yet. Hold on a second. Hey, Ben, you have the... Yes.
No, that is a really good point. Blue can also mean hot if it's a chemical fire. We should keep that in mind.
Say that again? Blue can also mean hot if it's a chemical fire. That's
yeah,
true.
we're just kind of like figuring out the colors and stuff like that, just in general.
Colors have temperatures associated. Dude, did you read that Tumblr post from years ago? Not a Tumblr guy, don't quote me on this one. Where they show like a hospital, and to show like where to go in the hospital, they have a bunch of like color streaks on the floor. And so there's this just one hallway with giant red streaks on the floor.
Okay.
And it's not like a consistent red bar. It's like
splotches.
It's very splotchy and splashy looking.
It's spatter.
And so the argument is like, well, red's supposed to be a great color, but that means great things. And someone else goes, yeah, but it's red in a hospital. You're just going to think it's blood.
Red means passionate and vibrant.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't mean blood and death and despair and sadness at a hospital.
And actually, IV bags, IV drips, those mean wisdom.
IV drips, yes.
Yeah.
Wisdom color for sure.
Yeah. The clear,
Okay.
Because they're clear as the clarity of vision.
So the score is 1-0 blue, but we said blue was port 1.
I thought so.
Can we get some... Okay.
Good now?
So we thought blue was ultra and ultra was blue. Okay. Damn, wouldn't be commentary at regional without the commentators just totally fucking up which fox was which.
Yeah, I've already done it like 4 times before you even sat down. So.
Yeah, which is crazy because you only had one fox to commentate.
It was the same set. I didn't say it was different sets.
You just kept losing track of Conman and Paladin. Okay.
Okay, so we got blue in port 4.
Yes, blue, the white fox.
That makes perfect sense.
You know, there's an obvious question to say here, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't blue playing blue fox?
Yeah, he should be called white.
Yeah. That would make a lot more sense. We wouldn't be confused. And when Ultra and Blue watch this back, which I pray hope they
but then
don't.
we would have to infer something about Ultra, like his, play style or personality.
Well, you'd say Ultra meaning like best, and so you'd have to pick the best color.
Or he'd have to win the tournament.
Well, he could win the tournament.
Well, he would have to. If your hypothesis is correct.
That's true. There's got to be other players who have tags that could mean better things than Ultra.
Oh, yeah, what if you had to pick, like, the word that means, like, the best more than any other word? I guess best.
No, but isn't perfect better than best?
It depends, Like, I mean, it couldn't be worse, but it could be equal,
Right.
The best could be perfect.
Because you're saying nothing can be better than best.
Yeah.
What about bestest? We have justice. What about bestest?
Well, yeah, because... language flows and bestest could become a word.
Right.
When we're learning language, we tend to say things like bestest,
Yeah.
So.
I have a tenuous grasp on the English language to begin with, so new words would just be fucking me up.
You speak like a toddler.
So we've been reversed.
Yeah, and it could flip again. That's actually the crazy thing. It's kind of like quantum mechanics.
Yeah, it's Schrodinger's game score.
Yeah. And that's,
what a great
That's actually
recovery.
like a really smart thing to talk about.
Yeah, Schrodinger's box, famously misunderstood.
I don't expect anyone
and famously talks about
in the chat to even know what the hell we're talking about. It's like
you would have to be a provost to really truly understand.
Yeah. Okay, and we got a close one.
Someone asking in the chat, Meds, why didn't you go? Which I think is also a great question.
Yeah, maybe next year. Consider it.
I asked Meds to come to this event, and his first question was, is Zealot going? So, Zealot, Colorado Fox.
And that was, he was not going to come?
Yeah, scared of him.
Okay.
Yeah, Juan, a little scared. It's all right. He's good.
A lot of people are scared of Wong.
Yeah. Dude, his Marth is sick. I love the dual maining.
Okay.
All right, we have Ultra, now the White Fox.
And it
Tied it up.
is going to do it.
He is, because he's the Ultra-ist.
Yeah, that's another thing to consider. Just putting S on any of the words.
Yeah, they call those intensifiers.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of saying ito in Spanish. You know, just means smaller.
Right.
You've been studying Spanish. What is the bigifying version of it?
Well, you often say you speak Spanish.
Yeah,
okay.
I've never said that.
I don't think he's coming back. He will have a chance.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't make it.
A lot of chanting for Ethan in the crowd. Presumably some of our Midwest attendees rooting for Blue, or some people that just really dislike Ultra. He has no enemies though, so I can't imagine that.
Ote.
3 techs in a row on Shine is really cool. I mean, it's just holding down and teching, but having the wherewithal to know. Blue's starting out hot with this stock.
If he hadn't clipped onto the edge there with that forward air, it might have spelled doom.
Do you think if you watch long enough, or let me rephrase the question a different way. How long would you have to watch these two foxes play to be able to tell who is who, like if they switch colors, if they random colors?
I don't have the capacity mentally. I'm not smart enough to do it.
You don't think if you like sat down and it was like an SAT test and they're like,
I think
here's
you could
5 hours
you
of
could do
Blue
the
Ultra?
Clockwork Orange thing like with my eyes open.
If you open enough of your eyes, you get more information.
Yeah, and even with them like really open, I wouldn't be able to take it in.
All right, well then, if you can't do it, you can't do it.
And for you were saying you thought it was like 15 minutes, or what was it?
Depends how open my eyes are, but that fair was really good. It'd be easier if one of them was a box player, because then you could just be like, oh yeah, just pick up on the box habits. But it looks like they're both controller players.
They could be deceptive. They don't want you to think they're box players, so they they're moving their hand. They've trained their hands to move in a way that looks like they're holding a controller.
Yeah, they hold their controller behind the back and just don't even look at you.
Or they're playing a box with their feet, and they're like
and they hold the controller with their hands.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think anyone's ever played doubles like that?
Or you have in your right hand as a controller, your left hand as a controller, left foot, right foot. They all have different buttons.
Dude, you're like playing the drums at that point.
Yeah.
You gotta have a good percussive instinct.
Maybe you're just playing the drums, and that's like synced up to the game. Rock band drums.
Oh yeah, like how Axe at Summit did the bongos.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that?
Uh-huh.
Did you watch that bracket?
I don't remember.
It was the weird controller bracket at Summit. Probably one of those compendium side events.
Okay.
I think my favorite controller from that was the one that had all the really tall buttons, and so it was really hard to hold and operate. I'm impressed Ultra got back there. I thought Blue was going to close out that edge guard.
That's gonna do it.
Baby. Oh,
it just
dude,
got,
how did you mess that up?
It just got a little out of range of vision for a split second there.
And you don't have object permanence, so when you saw the fox disappear, you're like, well, that's game over.
I guess the game, there's no second fox. Game must be over.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
One of the changes we made from last year to this year is that top 32 qualifiers are going to be best of 5 because we have such a big jump in skill from that matchup from last year to this year that we think those players deserve the respect of playing best of 5 qualifiers. And we did the same thing in doubles, so that doubles top 8 qualifiers were all best of 5. And I think the players have been really appreciative of that.
That's great. Next year, I heard you're going to make it where it's all best of 5, and we're not going to be allowed to play.
Yeah.
The skill level is going to go up.
Yeah, we're going to cap it at 128 players. And we'll cap it really soon, because we're going to hit 128, and then we keep eliminating players based on their seed.
Yeah, you're tracking everyone's locals. If someone that, theoretically, should have been eligible for a best of 5 goes 2-2 with their local, You're like,
Yeah.
even if they bought their flight. And
Yeah, it
everything,
doesn't matter. Flight, hotel. I don't
if
care
you-
if you requested off work.
Even if you bought their flight.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say, hey man, I just wasted all this money. You can't come anymore.
And you're independently wealthy, so you bought over 100
Every
airline
attendee here
tickets, yeah.
had a flight bought
Yeah.
for them,
And
even if they live in Denver.
I came from Denver, yeah. And there's not an airport in Boulder. So
There
we had to,
is a Broomfield/Boulder airport. There's an airline called JSX that operates flights from Las Vegas and LA, and it's like pseudo-private.
Right, I forgot that I flew into that one.
Yeah,
From Denver.
it's easy to forget.
I had to drive. It was further for me to drive to the airport than
Yeah, because the airport's basically Kansas.
than it was for me to just drive to Boulder. But the luxury, you know.
Okay, dude, I freaked out. I thought that was happening.
You thought that was happening on the CRTs.
Yeah, I thought the CRTs just slowed down time, like a Marvel villain.
Yeah, maybe the players, so that, you know, that we're seeing it from their perspective. Like
Yeah. If one of these was Quicksilver,
Yeah.
the X-Men guy, who would it be?
What he can like fly or something?
You have to be trolling me.
His main thing is he can fly, or
Yeah, he's called
Okay.
Quicksilver because he's
Okay.
really quick in the air. Shout out to that time in a bottle scene in that one of those movies. It's a really cool scene. Ooh.
All right. For the sake of, you know, a good match, sometimes you just SD to make it a better match. Like, it's not even a homie stock. It's just like, I'm going to be such a homie that
You wanna test your will.
yeah.
Oh.
It might be a good strategy. Just, yeah, you do SD on purpose, not as homie stock, but just in like locals, I'm going to put myself at a disadvantage here, see how
Yeah.
I react to it. So,
And
Yeah.
if you face a player that you're like a lot better than, you just end up killing them and then dying after every stock. And it's just really disrespectful and everyone hates you. Great
Yeah, but-
strategy, though.
but it might make you really smart.
Yeah. Ultra actually just half-ish a stock away from taking blue down to loser's bracket, which I don't know if it's technically seeded as an upset, but it would be a nice win. Oh, say it, Robert. Say he's dead.
He's still in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's actually fine.
He is in there. Oh, he misses the Waveland up smash.
How
I'm
foolish would I have
assuming
been to say that he was dead?
everyone-
I would never go so far.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever made a commentary mistake. Please excuse me for turning around and clapping there.
No, as you know so much, you bring so much knowledge. Of course, you're going to clap because you truly appreciate them.
Yeah, it looks like we are getting new commentators for this next block. Thank you, everyone, for watching. My co-commentator here is Jim Flim Flam.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for forcing me to do commentary.
Yes, absolutely. I have to pull him out of the trenches every year, but I think it's always worth it.
It was really fun, and yeah, it's a great tournament. I hope everyone comes next year.
Yeah,
And,
it might be a two-dayer. Who
Mitchell will
knows?
buy your flight.
Yep, everyone gets
he'll
a free
hook you
flight.
up with lodging. He's independently wealthy. He has a
Yeah.
very big house.
Super crypto heavy.
Yeah.
So who knows what'll be
He has like a
next
bunk
year.
bedroom, and it goes vertically in the air, like 50 stories. It goes one room goes straight up in the air, and it's just bunk beds.
Yeah, we put Cody Schwab on the 43rd bed this year, and he was not happy about it.
Okay.
So thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
I am Mitchell Destiny Bond. Appreciate all of you, and we're going to pass you off to our next set of commentators,
All right.
who are Jess, Danger, and Miyagi.
All right. See you guys.